the class of 2023 Rising Seniors Championship game. We've got Crabs out of Maryland taking on Thunder, Georgia. Mark Dixon joined by Matt Shandick of the National Lacrosse Federation. And a little different scenario, Matt, for these guys this summer. A year ago, they were starting their recruiting process, being evaluated, and a lot of these players that we're going to be seeing and talking about on this show are already committed. But how would you best describe the 23 class and where they are right now in their lacrosse journey?
I think the 23 class was kind of top-heavy a little bit. We talked about it on the 24 broadcast. Maybe not quite as deep as the 24 class, at least not right now, but some really, really good star power in that 23 class. I mean, looking right now on the field, you see Caleb Big Tasty Fayok. I think we have him at number 11 in the NLF 23 rankings, going to Ohio State. Potentially the best goalie in the country right now. And the other guy that we have ranked ahead of him is playing for Thunder. And so, some pretty high-end goalie talent in this game. What really just kind of stands out to me about these guys, we just talked about it, the physical difference between these guys and the 24s is astonishing.
Yeah.
Some of the, the 23s have spent more time in the weight room. They've played more varsity lacrosse, and that, it helps you grow up a little bit quicker. But these guys look like college guys already. It's unbelievable. Yeah,
and it's amazing officiating. I've officiated kids this summer as low as graduating class of 2030, believe it or not, just watching. They're little kids. And then when you get to that rising 8th grade, rising 9th grade, rising 10th grade, those kids just get bigger and bigger in size as the years get lesser and lesser. Crabs advanced to this championship game by virtue of a 9-3 win over Loonies, and then Thunder, a tight affair against VLC, Virginia Lacrosse Club, in the other semifinals. So both of these teams loaded with college commits, but also some kids that are still uncommitted, hence some college coaches still in attendance here. A little unusual sometimes for Sunday, late in the day, for college coaches to still be around in mass, but we've got a number of college coaches. Crabs against Thunder. We are underway. Ty Ambush wins the opening face-off. Connor Shannon. So Ambush and Shannon, two kids that are both uncommitted, and Caleb Fayok, Tasty, loses the handle on that pass back to him. Ball out of bounds, possession to Thunder.
That Marsh on ball right there.
Feed inside, gets through everybody, corralled by number 25, Grayson Brockman, a Mercer commit for Thunder. He's being guarded by James Boguski, shorty. Shot saved by Fayok, eats it up.
You're going to go stick side high on Caleb Fayok?
You got to make him move.
Good luck.
For sure. And now Tasty out of the cage is always an adventure. Crossfield pass to Jacob Pacheco. Pacheco committed to Penn. Deep ride by Thunder. 20 seconds to get it over. Fayok whips it up top and over the head of Connor Shannon. If there's one area that I think Tasty can improve his game, and watching him over the last couple weeks, are those longer outlet passes to beat the 20-second clock. Sometimes he has a little bit too much pepper on it.
Here's a good one.
But I tell you what, he's
got a lot of power to back it up.
Heck of a stopper.
I got to see him play in person twice this spring. One against Gonzaga and one against St. Anthony's, and what was a 1-versus-2 showdown. He was outstanding. I mean, in the St. Anthony's game, the score was a little, lopsided towards the end of it, but if he hadn't made a couple really nice saves right when, things were starting to get a little interesting in the second half, St. Anthony's would have been able to come back, but he made a couple big saves. He uses his big body, and everybody sees how big he is, but he moves around really well for such a big man, and he's always poised in the cage. So his first year with the Crabs, he was a Hawks guy for a long time with that stacked 22 team when he was playing up. But he's fit right in with the Crabs, it seems like. You would know better than me, but look at AJ Marsh run. It's unbelievable.
He's terrific in the open field. And
he takes one stride. He covers like 10 yards.
Marsh over to Turner Ashby. Ashby with a shot to score. Turner Ashby, the Air Force commit. And these long pole trio of Quentin Kilrain, AJ Marsh, and Kyle Foster, along with Bradley Johnson, have led a ton of transition opportunities for Crabs so far this weekend, and they get their first. Turner Ashby has been great as a point man, dishing down to J.P. Henry and Owen Dixon, but this time Ashby calls his own number and is able to solve the goaltender for Thunder.
Yeah, he did a really nice job of kind of sneaking up to the open spot when the guy slid to Marsh, and had an open look for a low-to-low. Really nice ball placement with that shot.
Ty Ambush wins the other ensuing face-off again. Ambush out of St. James School in Hagerstown. And we're going to have a push.
I don't think you're refereeing friends like that too much, though.
Right call. Matt Radeball with the call. Joined by Joe Cieslak Jr. and Chris Fredelicardi. Shot and a goal. And that looks like Hill Plunkett.
Sure does.
On the far side. Whistle ready, quick restart, twist, shot, score. And just like that, Thunder ties it back up.
To say that the Army staff is enamored with Hill Plunkett might even be an understatement. They think he's one of the very best players in the country, and I think I'd agree with them. He's just so shifty. He rides hard. He does all the little things right. All the things that endear you to the coaches, and he's almost as good, kind of riding it back as he is trying to dodge guys. And you just saw him dodge and score on that one. So
looks like a
little jump there.
Thunder jumped the whistle on that face-off. That is number 6 for Thunder, Miles Quant, Towson commit.
Interesting that the Crabs are 3-0 on face-offs, but it hasn't really materialized too much because they've turned it over. If they can maybe calm down a little bit on the clearing game and just scooping up ground balls, they should be in business.
Midfield unit of Pacheco, Tyler Owings, and Jackson Walsh check into the contest for the Crabs.
Who's the smallest guy, 6'2" on that
That's
midfield
a big
line?
group. Dixon finds Pacheco. Pacheco with that shot. Not really his bread and butter long-range shooting, but Pacheco recognized the opportunity. It sails just wide, backed up by the Crabs. Again,
possession shot, that's all.
Our format, 4 12-minute quarters, running time, with timeouts. I believe 1.5 for each team, and if there is a score tied at the end of the game just rolls into overtime and first goal wins. Jackson Walsh gets inside, bounces it.
Great inside roll.
Jackson Walsh, the Ohio State commit, gets his defender upfield, spins back, lefty puts it in his right hand and bounces it high for a 2-1 advantage for Crabs.
We talked about the size mismatch of this midfield line, right? I think Jackson was able to kind of use his big frame to bounce off the check from the short stick and sneak inside and score. That's just a big people beat up little people type thing,
Big guy, little guy.
Yep, mismatch on the wing.
Thomas Moxley in to take the face-off against Quant on this draw. Ball stays loose at midfield. Tough ground ball, though, dug out initially by number 15, Jack Marlowe.
Great check and ground ball by Bradley Johnson, the Marquette commit. I really like his game. He kind of flies a little bit under the radar. We talked about some of the D guys on this team. It's understandable why he might fly under the radar, but he's a very active pull. I think he does a great job of, pestering ball carriers. I think it was a great play by him.
No, he is tough, he's gritty, and he plays hard all the time, and he has had no backup today. So he's taken every wing, every long stick midfield shift and done a great job. Ethan Salvia over to Eric Key. Eric Key uncommitted over to Jack Raley. Raley with the run down the wing. Bangs it to X. Pass over Owen Dixon, hands free. Ball hits his defender in front of him. Loose ball. Dixon on his knees, picks up a tough grounder. Gets it over to JP Henry. Henry with a short stick matchup.
Good luck.
Little feed to Raley. Raley shot, goes wide.
A physical game so far.
Yeah.
Huh? Bodies are flying. I'd say it was a lot more physical than the 24 game. And I think you kind of see that, we talked about the size, but also these guys are just a little bit more aggressive and, kind of in tune with how you have to play a physical brand to be successful.
Quick double by Thunder. Eric Key with the shot, whistles wide. Tillman Griffith, defender, uncommitted for Thunder. Getting on top of the restart. Ethan Salvia against the defense of Franklin Scholhofer. Salvia so good at inverting, turns the corner, shoots it, goes wide.
Salvia's a guy who's been able to put up monster numbers in Western PA, right? At Shady Side Academy.
Yeah, Marquette commit. He's had a great weekend. Terrific inverting, and he's a dual threat with the feeding, but he can also come around and finish. Raley over to Dixon. Dixon with that left-handed dodge. Defender gets his stick in nicely. Dixon goes into a double, gets hammered, gets the shot off. Probably held that one a little bit too long.
Probably could have moved it. Shoot or shoot.
Salvia again. under the watchful eye of Schulhofer.
I don't know how much you know about this Dixon kid, but I think scoring's more his thing as opposed to feeding.
Salvia
there's a nice one.
Comes around top side and shows off that shooting motion. Is able to beat Braden Williams low to low, and Crabs is out to a 3-1 lead.
And you just talked about it, right? His inverting ability, and he's such a threat off that invert. And he's been coming up mostly the right side. Now he comes up the other way. Really just showing some different looks, and was able to finish it off. Not a whole lot you can do if you're Braden Williams there.
Salvia is such a smart player. He's versatile. He can play attack. He can play midfield. 3-1 Crabs lead Thunder. It's a Thunder team.
Pretty early, but
yeah. I will say the whistle does carry. Nice ground ball off of the wing for Thunder by number 14, Alex Winokur. This is Nico Karetsis, North Carolina commit. Over to Plunkett, the Army commit. Some good matchups here defensively. Kyle Foster going to Ohio State against Karetsis, going to Carolina.
I believe they'll be teammates at Boys Latin next year.
That's what I'm hearing. Marsh against Plunkett. You can tell Plunkett wants to step away with that shot. Goes
Classic
wide.
Speed versus size matchup there, right?
Yeah. And Plunkett, that was interesting that he tried to get topside and shoot. He's typically a feeder, right? Feeder first, Plunkett?
He can do a little bit of both. He's such an electric talent, especially with the ball on his stick, you know. But he's a very good feeder. He can find guys and kind of the attackman that makes that attack line go.
Sure. Karetsis against James Boguski. Boguski hounding the talented lefty. They get the defense rotating. Pass up top, shot goes wide. Ball will stay with Thunder. Defense is hung up. It's Foster and Fayok. Ball's up top to Hill Plunkett. Plunkett with the feed across. Good skip pass, shot goes wide.
To your
and
point,
great backup.
Great skip there, right?
Yeah. Connor Shannon out of St. John's High School. I'm not big on the whole high school ranking thing, but St. John's really was the best team in the country this year.
They were unbelievable.
They really were, right?
There were some teams, like if they played St. John's for a game, I think could beat them maybe one time, but it's just hard to argue with their overall depth. And it's like, how are you going to beat this team? They had a great face-off guy in Jackie Weller who plays for Madlax, and obviously Caleb was an outstanding goalie. Their attack line was unbelievable. A couple great seniors in Matt Haley and I'm drawing a blank right now.
Luke Roa was one of them.
Luke Roa was a midi, and then they also had Ryan Dunkel, who was ranked as our number 5 sophomore. So it was a pretty special attack line. So really, it was tough to beat them. And the defense had guys like Riley Figueres, who's going to Syracuse, and Richard Checo, who's going to Lehigh, and they worked so well together.
Pacheco draws the double. Owings over to Dixon. Dixon shot goes wide. Looks like short time as our timekeeper is on the field. First quarter action here, Crab Feast. Tyler Owings going against Winokur. Quick double. Owens sees it, spins it up top to John Cuspy. Cuspy with the shot, goes wide. Ashby runs it out. And that'll do it for the first quarter of action here at Cedar Lane Crab Feast 2022. This is the graduation year 2023 Rising Seniors. The Crabs lead Thunder 3-1 after one. Good game here so far. Both teams showing good offense, moving the ball, making those one-mores.
Yeah, they've done a good job, kind of spacing it out a little bit. You saw they moved Hill Plunkett to get him away a little bit from A.J. Marsh. He had a nice look for a skip pass that I didn't see who shot it, but just missed the net. So interesting to kind of see the chess pieces getting moved around a little bit.
Both really talented teams. Of course, Ryan McLaren, head coach of this Crabs 2023 team. Andy Pons on the other side, heading up the Thunder Brigade.
You also always know when Coach McLaren's coaching because you can hear him from 3 fields over.
That is true. unmistakable voice.
To say the least. But he's done a great job with his team. His 23s are stacked. His 24s are excellent. They made it to the semifinals, lost by a goal to Team 91, who just won the 24 title. But I think he's got a good thing going right now, and just continues to be strong.
If you're just joining us, the Team 91 Long Island Wolfpack won the 2024 championship 10-2 over the FCA group out of Baltimore. And now we're finishing up a great weekend of lacrosse. Game started bright and early yesterday morning, 8 a.m. all across the Baltimore area. John Carroll School, Goucher College, Cedar Lane. I'm sure I'm missing a location or two. But this wraps up a great weekend of lacrosse. A lot of college coaches still left checking out this action. Ty Ambush facing off against Carson Hall of Thunder. Hall, a commit to Loyola University. Violation against Crabs, possession over to Thunder.
I believe we're going to do college rules, right? So if there's 3, you get a flag?
Yeah, I believe so. 20 seconds to get the ball over. No shot clock, so that's a little deviation, a little variant on the...
Tough to get this many shot clocks,
Yeah. Nico Karetsos playing a little bit from the midfield now for
Good
Thunder.
Slide by Kilrain.
James Knipe working behind the cage against the defense of James Boguski. This is Riley Cheyenne, 23, a St. John's player on Karetsis. Karetsis gets top side, little feed inside to Plunkett, shot to score.
Great cut, great feed. Plunkett filling some different roles. That's 2 for him, right?
2 goals for Hill Plunkett. Nice little cut, collects it, sends it far post, and Thunder have cut the Crabs lead to 3-2.
Just kind of shows you, you talked about Plunkett as a feeder. He can do that. He showed the inside roll earlier. He's just got, quick feet. He's slippery. He's tough to get a hold of. And then off ball, that was just a great cut too. Good placement on his shot.
Ambush loses the face-off to Quant.
He wanted that one-hand wrap check so badly.
Yeah, he did. Atlanta now starting to control the face-offs. These are teams that played 3 times last year. Crabfeast and NLF championships, Thunder got the better of Crabs, but then at Midnight Madness, right on that, August 31st, September 1st timeline.
Crabs got him, right?
Crabs were able to beat the Thunder. So two good lacrosse teams. Nice rivalry has developed between the two. Nice give and go, shot to score.
That's good shots out, LaBelle.
And that looks like Alex LaBelle. Commit to Michigan.
Go Blue.
Little give and go.
Thunder's doing a great job of kind of catching the Crabs defense, ball watching a little bit. They've run some picks and got guys open off the off-ball cuts. So really good job there. And now they've brought it back even.
3-3 is our score. Thomas Moxley, uncommitted face-off man out of Boys Latin for Crabs, steps to the dot to try to stem this momentum of Thunder.
Crabs haven't really had a possession in a little bit, so.
No.
And they're not going to get one here.
Kilrain, Syracuse commit, Lawrenceville School against Hill Plunkett. Gets the ball up to Jack Marlowe, another Michigan commit, so 2 Michigan players will be heading to Ann Arbor. Aiden Brezina. Back up top to Marlowe. Connor Shannon with the defense. Marlowe eludes him, shot, hits
Great
the pipe.
save. Oh, was that
Looks like Fayok may have gotten a piece of it. Out of Splitsville for Big Tasty. Ball goes wide.
Big fella getting down.
Karetsis. Sloppy switch by the Crabs, but
Oh, got him.
then
Nice
Marlowe,
save.
nice save by Tasty.
Helps to have that guy. A little bit in the back, yep. There comes the flag. You throwing that flag?
I think, yeah, that was up his back. Knocked him down. We're going to get a loose ball push coming up against Crabs. Connor Shannon against, to, 'cause, 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 'c Kretz is showing some patience. Shannon, good defense. Nice feed. Lobel. What's the?
I think it's Lobel. I could be
Lobel.
wrong. Been wrong before, once.
You and me both. That's going to be a push call against Crabs, who have yet to have a possession here in the second quarter. It's been all Thunder, and they have tied the score at 3 goals apiece. See if the Crabs man down unit can hunker down, get a stop, and get the ball on offense. And Thunder, of course, looking to take their first lead of the game. Ball almost went out of bounds on Thunder, but Kretz is able to corral it. Kretzos, excuse me. Kretzos skip past to Marlowe. Face dodge shot, just sails it over the crossbar. Teams are back at even strength as Boguski comes down to play defense for Crabs. Plunkett with a shorty matchup at X. Little backhand. Ball run out by Thunder. Possession stays with the team in blue. Feed across. Looked like LaBelle may have stepped in the crease, but to no harm, no foul. Tasty's able to corral it. Kyle Foster now looking to clear, and Crabs making some substitutions.
Fiat does such a great job too. There's one of your long range ones.
There it is. Nice one on the button.
But Fiat does such a nice job of reading passes coming across his crease, and he's always good to snatch 1 or 2 a game, it seems like. Just padding his cause turnover numbers, you know.
Very active. Pacheco, Walsh, and Owens back on the field for the Crabs. Scholhofer on D, short stick variety, as well as number 18, Aiden Woolley, head to Richmond. Pacheco with the step on his man, shot high! Stings the upper 90. Jacob Pacheco with a dart puts Crabs back up 4-3.
I see a couple video guys on the field, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing that one again on Instagram soon. But that was a heck of a shot. I mean, nobody slid to Pacheco. He was able to get some separation, getting downhill. It's tough to stop him. He's got good speed. He's a big body. And man, he really stung that corner, though.
Pacheco, a commitment to the University of Pennsylvania. Showing off some offensive touch so far this summer. Showed off offensive touch this spring as well for Boys Latin.
I want to say close to 40 points. Pretty good for a spaced out
nice year,
midfield line, where they spread the love out. And
yeah.
Also had some pretty good attackmen in Dom Petramala, Spencer Ford. So
Johnson digs out that ground ball off of the wing, gets it over to Kilrain.
Really impressed with him.
Kilrain splits the defense down to Dixon. Dixon with a move to Cage. Turn shot just goes over top the crossbar.
You were telling me Kilrain's had 4 or 5 goals this week.
He has. He's done a great job in transition. He's making good decisions with the ball on his stick. He's, guys don't slide, and you tend not to slide off of Dixon in particular. He makes you pay. Nice feed inside. J.P. Henry with the finish.
That's a great look, though.
And that is John Okupski out of Lawrenceville School with the dodge down the alley, feeds it across his body. Henry corrals it. The Marquette commit then slams it home. Crabs are back up 5-3.
Seen a lot more of these red Lawrenceville buckets on the circuit these days,
Yeah.
They've done a great job of bringing guys in. And, Okupski, great job of dodging, recognizing that the middle was wide open. Drew some pressure over to him and dumped it off to the backside. Really nice job.
One of the Lawrenceville guys for the Crabs, Chris Mattia. Shout out to Chris and his family as he's getting healthy. Wish him the best as he hopes to get back on the lacrosse field soon.
Yeah, good player. Started as a sophomore at Lawrenceville.
Yeah. Tucker Meeser, Lawrenceville assistant, one of the assistant coaches for the Crabs.
Coach Tuck will remind you, I don't think he's ever lost a game as a Crabs coach. He kind of floats in and out, so
Yeah, he's a great presence on the sideline, that's for sure. The boys love having him. Foster on Kretzos.
It's a good matchup here.
Ohio State versus North Carolina. Marsh against LaBelle now. as Thunder has moved Hill Plunkett inside on this offensive possession.
Kilrain doing a good job of tracking him. Kilrain does a good job with that kind of off-ball stuff and understanding where offenses are trying to attack the Crabs.
Robbie Walker in the game, a midi committed to Jacksonville for the Thunder, and that pass just mishandled on the end line. Goes out of bounds, possession over to the Crabs.
You mentioned Jacksonville. Coach Galloway did an unbelievable job. Recently rewarded with a big contract extension, so good for him. Great dude.
Terrific season for the Dolphins. Just fell short of that SoCon postseason championship.
Yep.
Crabs get the ball into the box, and they'll utilize their one timeout for the half. Not sure how much time is left to go, but it is 5-3 Crabs. Coach McLaren wants to draw something up in the latter stages of this second stanza of action. See if they can get one before halftime. Crabfeast 2022, one of the marquee events on the summer circuit. It's Championship Sunday. We're here live at Cedar Lane Park in Bel Air, Maryland. Mark Dixon, joined by Matt Shandick of the National Lacrosse Federation. It's been good weather this weekend. It's been hot but not oppressive.
Yeah, we had the Elite 120 for the NLF on Friday at Loyola.
Always a great event.
First of all, unbelievable turnout. My first time at Loyola's facility.
What do you think?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And it was great because we had 6 teams. Everybody played 2 games. The talent level was through the roof. And it's on one field. So instead of having to worry about, if our college coach is going to watch this game, it's kind of hard for them to miss. We probably had probably close to 50 coaches, but pretty much every major logo that you can think of was there.
Yeah.
And that's always great for this caliber of player. So it was really good, and you kind of got to see a look at some of the best 24s in the country.
I can speak to that event as a parent, having my older son Matt go through it as a 21 and Owen last year as a 23. It's special. A lot of eyeballs on one field, and like you said, the talent level, the competition is excellent. So it looks like Crabs might be holding for a last shot here. Spread out nice and wide. It's Pacheco scored one of the fourth goal for the Crabs. Here's Jackson Walsh up top. And again, there is no shot clock in the tournament. So Crabs is taking their time. This is Walsh with the run. Throw back to Pacheco.
Got the pull on him.
Pacheco with the feed to Dixon.
Got it.
Dixon gets the trail. You saw the defenseman was just waiting for him to bring it back, and he does. And trail check. This is Garrett Kersel. And that'll be a timeout. Sounds like there's 7 seconds to go in the half. Dixon looked like he was going to get top side, but then the trail check just snuck in there. Nice takeaway check. I know Owen's not happy with that. But let's see, 7 seconds left. What can you do in 7 seconds? Who do you start with the ball?
Hill Plunkett.
Sure.
Seems like an easy one. You can kind of get him moving a little bit. That's who I think, we'd probably start with. He's probably their best dodger, too. So then probably get a screen kind of on the back, a pick on the backside. Hopefully free up one of LaBelle or Carezzo's. I think you can make a lot happen in 7 seconds.
Absolutely.
With this personnel.
So it looks like it is number 18, Aiden Woolley.
Good player. I like him.
Richmond commit.
Makes plays all over the field.
How about Richmond and their year this year? I really thought they were going to win that first round NCAA game. One clear away.
Did a great job. Coach Shimani does a wonderful job with that program.
This is Woolley up against Bradley Johnson. Little flip play to Plunkett. Feed up top. Kretzes with the shot. Whirling Dervish just goes wide. And that'll do it for the first half of this graduating class 2023 championship game here at Crabfeast 2022. Your halftime score, Crabs 5, Thunder 3. Don't go anywhere. We're back with the second half in a few minutes. Welcome back. Second half about to commence here. 2023 graduating class championship game of Crabfeast. The Crabs leading Thunder. Crabs out of Baltimore leading Thunder out of Atlanta 5-3. What were your biggest takeaways from the first half of action?
I was really impressed with, Thunder's ability to battle back, but then the Crabs, got a couple big ones. Pacheco's goal really was kind of eye-popping, really stung that corner. And I think, they were just able to get a nice one, too, off that late dodge feed to the middle. So I think the Crabs' resilience, I think, Coach McLaren will probably say they fell asleep a little bit they were kind of ball watching on defense, and Thunder was able to exploit that, but seemed a little bit more dialed in now.
You can see the aggressiveness. Anderson Moore, the new goaltender, commit to Georgetown for Thunder. And Dylan Cadigan, uncommitted for the Crabs.
Anderson Moore is our #1 ranked goalie for NLF, and I want to say 10 overall. I don't have it in front of me, but really special player. He's actually from Alabama. Makes a little bit of a drive to get to Atlanta. Not too many D1 goalie commits out of Alabama. So
you can see how active he is out of the cage. That was a takeaway. Crabs turn it over. Ball now corralled by Thunder. This is Winokur.
Good clear.
Yeah, quick player in the middle of the field. Nice job getting the ball from defense to offense. Feed inside. This is Carezzo's shot. Dylan Cadigan goes down low. Makes a save. Marsh with a nifty ground ball. Gets out of harm's way. Ragged by Carezzo's. Look at Marsh handle that 70 inches of titanium. That is special. U.S. Naval Academy commit down to Owen Dixon, the commit to the University of North Carolina. Dixon uses the pick from Marsh, gets it over to J.P. Henry.
That was a great save by Cadigan, by the way. Really got low.
I tell you,
he's been great.
I'm really surprised that he's still uncommitted. I thought he played great at the IMLCA event down in Florida right before the holidays. And, I mean, you look at the size, he's, the goals are 6 foot high, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's over top of the goals, but he does a nice job.
Hammer time.
Dixon with the shot, goes wide. Ball up now. Here come the Thunder running. Grayson Brockman. Shot, Cadigan save.
Shot it right at him, but
he's efficient with his movements. He doesn't waste a lot of his movements.
He's got to be in the running for the BL job, I would think, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was the backup to Stoller.
Okay.
Pacheco, good ride. Impressed with Thunder's riding.
Yeah, they work hard.
Kyle Foster pops open.
Really good attack line, and they do a lot of little things right. I thought
wow,
I thought that was a pick six going the other way. Might have had a pole goal.
Jackson Walsh with a nice handle. Crabs controlling the ball. Salvia, Walsh, Owings out there. Looks like Liam Sweeney running some long stick midfield for Thunder.
Good defense.
Nice defense by Winokur. He is tough.
He's had a good day.
Yeah. Nice ground ball. Owings then gets it. Oh, wow. He cannot win it back. He's got to be careful with the over and back now. And that is good defense by Garrett Kersel. Commit to VMI, ragging Owens at midfield. You can see this Thunder rope unit, very aggressive. Now we're going to see Salvia go behind for a familiar sight, the invert from the Marquette commit.
Loves that invert. And he's good at it. So
he is.
It's a good combination.
He's not starting from center X, though. He's starting from a wing now. Little interesting tweak to his inverting.
He's about to back into the parking lot at this point.
As long as he stays out of the spotter pots.
Probably had a tough go in those past couple days with those things.
Salvia under the eye of Winokur. Comes around, shot, goes wide, backed up by the Crabs. Possession will stay with the boys in yellow. J.P. Henry dodged a cage. Shot and score!
Oh.
And a flag.
One.
J.P. Henry taking matters into his own hands. Gets top side and hammers it home. Beautiful high bouncer. 6-3 lead for the Crabs. And now we'll see if this penalty is either live ball or dead ball. If it's a dead ball, no face off. If it is within play, they will face it off. And looks like the officials are going back to the dot, so we will face it off. But J.P. Henry's had a good weekend, and that time he finishes off a nice one-on-one move.
That's a great shot. By the way, did you see the elite flag height on that throw? That was exceptional. Got some airtime.
So we've got 3 Division I refs out here, and the high flag toss, and I could be wrong, but I want to say it was created by and curated by Kevin Forrester. I don't know if you know Kevin or not.
I do, actually.
So Forrester prides himself on flag height, and now everybody seems to try to outdo Forrester.
What's your highest flag you've thrown?
Not as high as Kevin. And that is a big
nice
goal,
shot.
man down. That is Lobel. Great ground ball work to dig it out off the side, and that is a tough one to give up if you are the Crabs, because Ambush won the face-off, but they couldn't track down the loose ball on the sideline. It was just a little too deep. But Lobel with that finish, and it is now 6-4. Thunder cuts the Crabs' lead to 2. Ambush battling at the dot. We're going to have a hold against Thunder.
Pacheco was coming in hot for a
big
check.
Looks like that was Carson Hall facing off for Thunder. So extra man opportunity now for the Crabs. Nice feed inside to Salvia, who dunks it home.
It's a great play by Walsh.
A little bit of ball watching for Thunder. Salvia with the backdoor cut, backside cut. Walsh finds him, and Salvia slots it home. 7-4, Crabs back up by 3.
Everybody starts paying attention to Jackson Walsh. Salvia's able to sneak in. A quick one, not a whole lot Anderson Moore can do, even as good as he is.
Walsh having himself a nice game. Moxley back at the face-off dot for the Crabs. Looks like he'll be facing off against Quant. Quant wins it. Plays it behind to himself. Nice job. Now he's under a little bit of duress. Did a nice job there. I mean, that is critical right there. You know, a lot of times face-off men, when they win the face-off to themselves and it's not an immediate out, they tend to panic. They tend not to have the greatest of stick work. You got to be impressed with Quant there. Found an outlet and was able to take care of the ball and get it out of harm's way.
Ran out of a late double too, so it was a good play.
Knipe for Thunder. Pulls out Boguski, high pick set. Mishandle by the attack. Connor Shannon picks up the loose ball. And here comes Shannon. Being hounded, hot in pursuit. Shannon takes a shot and scores. Connor Shannon, coast to coast. The uncommitted short stick D-Midi out of St. John's High School scores the 8th goal of the game for Crabs.
Short stick D-Midi goals get the boys buzzing, huh?
Absolutely.
I mean, and what an effort. He went, I don't know, 60 yards, 70 yards there. That was really impressive. He was pulling away from the guy who was running after him, and nobody slid to him.
No, you can see they stayed down. You know, Thunder.
You could see he was thinking about it too for a second. He's like, do I go for it? That's it. I'm going for it.
Great shot by Shannon. Ambush on the ensuing faceoff, wins it out the front door. Here comes Ambush. Will he take the shot? He does, and it bounces over top the cage again. This is an attack that not many teams slide off of in transition.
I wouldn't.
J.P. Henry with the restart. Camden Autry on D for Thunder. Key down to Dixon. Dixon back up to Key. This is Jack Raley committed to Bellarmine. Good aggressive defense. Raley with the outside shot. That didn't have a lot on it.
Don't think that's the move right there. Especially not on Anderson Moore.
Moore with the save. Winokur again in the middle of the field. He's
quick. His feet move so quickly.
And according to our documentation, Centennial High School uncommitted. He might fit nicely into a short stick defensive need for a college out there.
I think everybody needs those guys.
Right?
I don't think you fully appreciate short stick D-Midis until you have a great one or a terrible one.
And these days, what, colleges run 4 in a game?
Yeah.
We saw Maryland.
Maryland had 16 of them, and they can all score too.
Well, and
nice goal.
And that is a nice goal by LaBelle. Looks like Cadigan came off the pipe a little bit there, and LaBelle sneaks it over his shoulder. 8-5 now. Crabs lead Thunder. Looks like short time here in the third quarter. But yeah, you talk about Maryland, the national champions. They had 4 all year, healthy all year, until Puglisi got injured in the national semifinal, and it affected them greatly.
Yeah.
It affected them a lot. Fairman had to take extra shifts. Alex Smith took extra shifts. Jake Higgins.
Still got the job done, though.
They did.
That's unbelievable. Right. I mean, to go undefeated in this day and age and to be so dominant.
It was unbelievable. My neighbor's a huge Maryland fan. I saw him shortly after the championship game, and he said he was disappointed in the championship game win because Cornell felt like they had a chance to win it. I didn't want that. And I'm like, dude, they were undefeated and they got the gold. What else do you want?
And didn't they win every single game by at least 2 goals?
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, they were dominant in 22. Foster against Karetsos. Turnaround shot goes wide.
Crabs have done a good job of taking away Karetsos. I mean, LaBelle's got a couple, Plunkett's got a couple, but Karetsos, just his shot's not falling the way it usually is. He's an excellent shooter, but I think, a big part of that credit has to go to the Crabs defense.
Third quarter now just came to an end. Crabs 8, Thunder 5 here, Crabfeast 2022. These are the rising seniors, graduating class of 2023. Getting after it here at Cedar Lane Park in Bel Air, Maryland. Mark Dixon, Matt Shandick from the National Lacrosse Federation.
What do we have here, 25, 30 Division I commits, something like that?
You're looking at Thunder, 3, 6, 7, 12, 14. Then you go over to the Crabs, 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 15. Yeah, 29.
Not bad.
29 commits between the two
Pretty high level
teams.
Talent. Might get a couple more D1s, definitely some more D3s.
Actually make it 30, because one kid is a Marquette commit, not listed on here.
Okay.
So 30 commits between the two teams.
Pretty high talent level.
Big time.
None of the 24s in the earlier game that we did are, can be committed, but I'd have to think we'll be looking at similar numbers when we look at those rosters next year.
91 Wolfpack and Crabs and True and FCA.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a good number of those boys committed this time next year.
Everything moves so fast now. It's like that first
it
3-4 weeks, or I guess the month of September, and then spills a little bit into October. It's crazy.
I can tell you as a parent personally, 6 weeks feels like 6 months.
Oh, I know.
During that process. It does go fast, quote unquote, but sometimes it just seems like it moves very slowly. It looks like Thunder jumped on that. But the referees are looking at each other.
Redo?
Yeah, guess there was no set called. Ambush wins it clean out the front door. Coming downhill, makes the pass over to Ashby. JP Henry pulls it out, good decision.
Yep, smart play. No need to press there when you're up by a couple.
8-5 Crabs in the lead. Fourth quarter here.
Here's Salvi, is he gonna go to his favorite spot?
Well, this is smart on Thunder's part. They got a poll on Salvia now. It takes teams a minute to figure it out.
Well, there's a lot of good options,
absolutely.
too.
There's no question. That was number 4 going out to contest Salvia, Brian Edwards. Uncommitted poll for Thunder. This is Pacheco. Bangs it to X to Turner Ashby. Ashby, the Air Force commit. JP Henry gets top side.
Move it.
Gives it up. This is Dixon. Cycles it to Ashby. Nice feed up top to Henry. Nice save. Anderson Moore from his backside. Moore with the nice save.
And running by everybody.
And
you kind of see some of the traits that made him the #1 goalie in the country.
He's got the John Galloway-esque sweatpants.
So that's all the rage these days.
You think?
Oh, man. I see a lot of the kids in the sweatpants.
Okay. Just trying to think
I also think at 90 degrees or more, it can be aggressive. But
well, Galloway's told the story that it is superstition. When he was in high school, they had a win over someone, and he wore the sweatpants. And
can't go away after that.
Nope. He said he wore sweatpants from there on out every single game, whether it was high school, college, and then professional, of course. Big possession here for Thunder, down by 3. Crabzo They can hold them here and get a stop. Ball is up top. This is Grayson Brockman, Mercer commit. Knipe being guarded by Kilrain. Brockman over to Karetsos. Karetsos has a shorty matchup. This is Connor Shannon, who scored the 8th goal. And then look at A.J. Marsh. Marsh said, let's switch the matchup. Long pass, and you're not going to beat.
Yeah. You're not going to throw one over Kyle Foster too much.
Kyle Foster, affectionately known to some of his friends as Gandalf.
Tell me about that.
I think it's just the tall, slim build. I'm not a big Harry Potter guy, but I think Gandalf, wasn't that his physical appearance, right?
Isn't that Lord of the Rings? I don't know, man.
Is Gandalf Lord of the Rings?
I think so.
Okay, I thought it was Harry. Look at this.
It's not my style.
Me neither.
But whatever works for Gandalf.
They call him Frosty
Foster.
too. Frosty as well, and that's a take on his last name, Foster. But I tell you what, we will be calling him an Ohio State Buckeye in a couple years, and he is a terrific defender.
He's very, very good. Coach McLaren, a lot of praise for how, Kyle Foster's game has come in the past year or so, maybe a year and change. Just really blossomed into a top cover guy.
Salvia, that invert from behind, come around top side. Feed across.
Maybe a little too much there. Not sure it was there.
Ball skitters out of bounds. Possession over to Thunder. Donnie Scott, number 17, defender committed to Syracuse, will re-trigger action. Scott gets it up to Brockman. Brockman saunters over the midfield line, and Thunder again looking to chip away at this 3-goal Crabs advantage. This is Marsh against LaBelle. Marsh falls down, gets back up. LaBelle, he loves those little underhand skip passes. Puts a lot of mustard on it. Marlowe pulls out Boguski. Boguski's had a nice game today for Crabs.
Hey, the short sticks have played well for the Crabs.
Yeah, both ways, I think. Thunder as well. The Crabs guys,
so.
Shannon Boguski in particular, have turned
nice to see Shannon get rewarded with that goal, too.
It was. Karetsos comes around.
Good slide.
Kyle Foster.
Stick in front. Great job. Good positional stuff. Nothing fancy about it, but gets him to pass out of the matchup.
Aiden Berzina. Then over to Hill Plunkett. Feed inside. LaBelle had an opportunity. Just goes wide. Nifty handle.
Good look by Plunkett.
Inside. Karetsos running start against Kyle Foster. Foster does a nice job of holding him up. Ball up top to Berzina. Berzina with the redodge from the wing. Good defense by the Crabs. Thunder continue to probe, looking for the matchup they want to attack. Behind to Plunkett. Plunkett turns the corner. Cadigan with the save. Looked like it may have kissed off the crossbar as well. Cadigan did well to stand his ground.
Cadigan's been good.
Looping outlet pass right on the money to Kilrain. Ah, good pressure. Good pressure by Thunder as they came upfield. Looked like Liam Sweeney left his post and created the turnover. Sweeney will restart action. Ball is up to Aiden Woolley. Woolley with the step. He gets to his right hand. Looked like he was going to think about going across the face of the goal. Thinks
somebody's
better
down.
of it. That's Boguski. Boguski goes down. Looks like he's shaking it off. Boguski, a tough kid. Boys Latin High School. And he will come out of the game as referee stopped play so he could regroup. Connor Shannon checks back in. Karetsos against Falster. Berzina up to Robbie Walker. Bradley Johnson, the defense for Crabs. Little flip behind, mishandled by LaBelle. Gets it back. There's that underhand pass, and Kilrain snags it. And here comes Kilrain. He has been so dangerous in transition all weekend long for the Crabs. Ashby to Dixon. Dixon with the shot, sails it. Don't see that every day.
What a play by Kilrain, though. Picks it off, runs
play.
it down.
4 minutes, yellow.
Not always known to be like the fastest defenseman, but he was still pulling away from his guy. Did a good job making a good play.
He's had an excellent weekend.
Had a good, 40, 50-yard run there?
Yeah. He's shown athleticism, toughness. This is a Cupsey. Cupsey with a big goal in the second quarter.
He had a nice setup.
So the Crabs have gotten some scoring from unlikely sources in this game. Connor Shannon with the goal, a Cupsey with one.
Eric, get through, Eric. Get through, Eric.
Yeah, when you get to this stage of competition, such high level, you try to get that bench scoring.
Need it. Need that secondary scoring.
Cupsey draws a double. It's over to Eric Key. Key
Wide open on the backside.
down low to Dixon. Dixon with the shot. Hits the side of the cage. Anderson Moore picks it up. Nice outlet. Key on his horse, trying to hunt down LaBelle with that crossfield pass. Plunkett shot, hits Marsh. Marsh with that big body. Plunkett, good ground ball. Steps out of bounds. Looked like it from our vantage point, but hey, you know. Good clear by Camden Autry. He's the one that took that long outlet pass from Anderson Moore. Brockman over to Kanipe, to Karetsos. Karetsos against Foster. Good pick. Looked like it was moving a little bit, but no dice. Shot. Nice job of Hill Plunkett using A.J. Marsh as a screen. Ball goes out of bounds, picked up by LaBelle. LaBelle being guarded by Riley Chayon. Long stick, defender. Up top. Nice little fake shot and the
high bounce.
knuckleball. The knuckleball.
Coach McLaren less than thrilled.
Yeah. Well, nice little hitch by James Kanipe. Sidesteps the double, splits it, and then puts that bouncer by Cadigan. A little bit of a knuckleball delivery, but nonetheless.
Might be why it went in, though. I think Cadigan was expecting something a little, with a little bit more velocity, but hey, it's a results-based industry, right? The ball to go in the back of the net, yes or no?
Crabs 8, Thunder 6. Ambush and Quant battling at the face-off dot. Shannon and Chayon. Chayon, nifty ground ball, picks it up, gets it over to Dixon. Dixon will pull it out. Looks like he's running behind the cage. Dixon, the North Carolina commit. Taking some checks, waits for his troops to come in, and Pacheco now handling the ball. Good defense from Thunder from Liam Sweeney. Pacheco running behind the cage. Jack Marlowe playing defense behind. Here comes Pacheco, has a step, gets around, shot, Anderson Moore, beautiful save.
Stood tall.
Now Thunder looking to clear. Scott legs it up the sideline. Scott gets underneath, going to cage. Donnie Scott scores.
That's a big one. Kind of runs similar to Marsh. He was able to get up the field in a hurry, pulled away for some guys.
Scott recognized that the Crabs defense was out extended, and I think we have less than a minute to play as the timekeeper is on the field. This will be a big face-off between Ambush and Quant. If you're Pacheco, maybe you don't take that shot, but hey, you got top side. Ambush wins it to himself.
It's a big win for the Crabs there.
Quant.
He's going to get a lot of pressure here.
Nice job by Ambush to get out of it. I think Crabs, I think they have a timeout, but I'm not 100% sure. Turner Ashby now, top of the box. No need to rush. Just want to get out of harm's way. Kayak thrown by Scott. Here's the double. Looks like Ashby's just going to run behind the cage. Turner Ashby throws it into the corner, and that'll do it. The game is over.
Crabs defend
the Crabs
home turf.
Have won the Crabfeast Championship of the 2023 graduating class. Crabs 8, Thunder 7. What a great game.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was really everything you'd hope for it to be. We said, 30 Division I commits. You saw the talent across the field. Crabs were just able to make one more play, and then huge win for Ambush there at the end, and able to get the ball down the field and secure the win. So impressive stuff by the Crabs to be able to win their final Crab Feast, and really just great game all around, great day all around. The previous game was a little bit more lopsided, but the talent level that we've seen throughout the day has been fantastic.
So a terrific game from the Thunder and the Crabs. Thunder out of Atlanta, Crabs out of Baltimore, of course. And your final score from Cedar Lane Park, Crabs 8, Thunder 7. For all of our crew and Matt Shandik's been good being with you. I'm Mark Dixon. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday.